Sue Dosenberg Kelly is the mother of 2 fabulous daughters and is married to the love of her life. She was diagnosed with depression in her 20s and is here with us today to talk about her triumph over loss and hopelessness. Her talk is called My Rebirth Day.
As far back as I can remember, I have struggled with depression and hopelessness. I ended my teenage diary entries almost nightly with the wish for it all to end. I had some stressors in my life, but not to the place where I should have felt the level of despair I felt daily. I thought the worst of myself, and I couldn't understand why everything felt so much harder for me than it did for everyone else. I believed that I caused issues everywhere I went, and that my family and friends would be better off without me around. For years, I tried to push these feelings down and ignore them, smiling on the outside and screaming on the inside. I wondered if I would ever feel truly happy. What could that possibly feel like? I experienced physical manifestations of my depression, including cluster migraines, in the years prior to my diagnosis. After countless doctor visits, my doctor diagnosed me with dysthymia, a low-lying, long-term depression, and wanted me to consider taking medication. But I didn't want to be medicated. I had preconceived notions about what depression was, and I wasn't educated on the facts. My doctor explained depression in a way that was easy for me to understand, comparing the need to balance the chemicals in my brain to the need for someone with diabetes to balance the insulin in their system. This visit built the foundation of my mental health, and we started experimenting with antidepressants to find the right one for me. After some trial and error, I realized one day that the noise in my head was much quieter. Suddenly, I felt normal for the first time in my life, and I was feeling so much hope for the future. Then, in December of 2002, 5 days before Christmas, we lost my brother to suicide, and the rug was pulled out from underneath me. I spiraled into a major depressive episode and could not find a healthy way to cope with such a tragic loss. I was lost in an eating disorder, drinking more than I should have, being careless with my safety, and planning a way to join my brother. I had a plan to join him, June 20th, 2003, 6 months from the date that he died. I was more lost in my pain and hopelessness than I had ever been. I had never been more certain that I wanted to leave it all behind. But then I was reminded of the pain that a tragic loss brings to so many people when someone very important to me mourned an unexpected loss of a family member. I looked at his family, and I remembered how we all felt after my brother died. I remembered thinking how I knew my brother thought he was fixing things and we would be better off without him. I remembered thinking about he was so wrong to think his death would fix anything and that it changed everything. It robbed us of so much. It brought so much pain. These memories flooded my brain and forced me to really think about my plan. This was the moment that my thinking brain came head to head with my emotional brain, and both sides fought it out. Friday, June 20th, 2003, was the day I had planned to end all of my pain. It became the day I faced all of that pain head on and changed my life for the better. I saw my therapist, I came clean with my plan, I asked for help, and was admitted to the hospital. My hospital experience was nothing like what I thought it would be. The stigma behind mental disorders creates such an inaccurate picture, and it's a shame that's what kept me from getting help for so long. Asking for and getting help is quite literally the best decision I ever made in my life. I was buried so deep inside my depression that I don't think I would have made it out without the amazing intervention of medicine and talking therapy that came with an inpatient stay. I am so very grateful to all of the individuals who contributed to my healing process. I used to be afraid to be honest about my story. I felt ashamed and scared of what people would think of me. Knowledge is power, though, and the more I've learned, the more I know I have nothing to be ashamed of. In the 14 years since I reached out for help, I have shared in some of the most fabulous memories that I almost stole away from everyone all those years ago. I married the most amazing man in the universe. I had my second beautiful child. I was there for every meaningful moment of my firstborn's school memories, concerts, plays, prom, graduation. I have been there for every meaningful moment to date of my second-born's school memories, too. I celebrated with my parents on their 50th wedding anniversary. I was there to support my friends and family through difficult times and celebrate with them through happy times. I was there to hold another brother's hand in his final moments. I have new family members to love through marriage and birth, and they get to know who I am and so much more. I have experienced all of this and an abundance of happiness and joy in the 14 years since I decided to stick around and fight for myself. So, this year, I celebrated my 14th birthday. Thank you. Thanks. I am proud of the road I have walked to get here. I am grateful to the amazing souls in my world who have walked this road alongside me. I am blessed to be alive. Every day isn't easy, but I can promise you that every day is worth it.